I'd like to take the time to welcome OneRepublic into the room. Hi there. Welcome. So nice to meet you, Fiona.
Hey, nice to meet
Fiona.
you.
Drew, nice to meet you, Fiona.
Zach.
Zach,
Nice to meet
Fiona,
you.
nice to meet you. Welcome to our QQ Music Live room. Oh, yes. One for each of you guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, those are the coolest.
That's awesome. Oh, hi there. Fiona, nice to meet you. Please have a seat. Welcome to our QQ Music Live room. How are you guys doing today?
Really good.
Doing
Great.
Yeah? You had some good rest?
No.
Oh, no.
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 Yeah, but we're
That's for
okay.
later.
We're surviving.
Yes, that's good. How was your, you guys were in a different city actually yesterday.
Yeah. Well, no. Yesterday we were in Shenzhen, right?
Yes.
We arrived like late afternoon
Okay.
yesterday.
Yeah. We were Beijing the day before that.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so we actually have a lot of fans watching us. It's a live broadcast right now.
What's up, fans?
Hey fans.
Hey.
All right, is it okay if we one by one introduce yourself, say hi, and then
Sure.
we can look either here or over there?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Zach.
I'm Andre 3000.
Yeah. And I'm Brent.
Welcome, welcome. So first of all, I'd like to talk to you guys about your China tour. You've been to China many times, right? And it's your first time in Shenzhen?
No, second.
Second
We
time.
did. We played Singles Day.
Singles Day. So 11/11, right?
11/11.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's roughly like more than half a year now you're back
Yes.
again.
Yes.
So what do you find interesting about Shenzhen?
Well, Shenzhen. What's interesting is it's one of the newest cities in the world. I mean, it's almost like it was summoned from the earth. I heard some statistic that there was like 60,000 people in 1977.
Yeah.
And now there's 16 million or 18 million or something.
Yeah.
And the last time we were in Shenzhen, we didn't really get out that much, so we kind of stayed near the hotel. And I didn't remember. I had no concept of how big it was. I thought it was like a suburb of Hong Kong. I had no idea.
Right.
And then this time when we flew in, we saw how huge it is, and it's beautiful. I think it's the most beautiful buildings in all of China that I've seen. I mean, people in Shanghai will be upset by that, but I think Shenzhen has like the most spectacular architecture of maybe any city in the world. It's way up there.
Right. That's great to hear. Have you prepared for, what have you prepared for tonight's performance in Shenzhen for your fans?
Well, you know, we're learning new languages.
You are. What new
Yeah.
language?
Zach?
We're aiming for all.
We're
of them.
trying to perfect. Yeah, we're trying to perfect. My cousin taught himself Mandarin. It took him like 5 years.
Right.
He lived in China for like 5 years and taught himself. And it's just a completely different pronunciation than we're used to.
Absolutely.
One of the phrases that the most obvious phrase I'm trying to. Obviously, we know ni hao and we know
Xie xie.
we know how to say thank you and hello and I learned. I'm gonna try it. I'm probably gonna mispronounce this. Tell me if this makes sense at all. 我爱中国.
中国.
中国. There it is.
我爱中国.
Yeah.
So you love China.
Yes. There you go.
Nice.
Very good pronunciation.
Yeah. Well, no, it's terrible, but thank you. Fantastic.
Now that
Go
you
China.
fixed it, it's great.
So, okay, you're learning Chinese to speak to your fans tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to be doing, this is the last, this is the only real calendar tour that we're doing that's just OneRepublic this year. We're doing some dates this summer in the States, and we'll do, we have a couple private gigs in different parts of Europe.
Right.
But this is the only like organized tour, and this is the last tour we will do with this tonight, with this set list, with these songs, because we're making a new album, we're doing new music, we're about to release a bunch of new songs. So by 2019, we plan on doing a world tour, and it will be a new album, new songs. So tonight's it. Like this is the last night of
kind of the tour that we've been doing for
the
the
tour,
last 2 years.
We opened up for U2 back in June. June, yeah, almost a year ago on the Joshua Tree tour, and then we did the OneRepublic tour from July until basically the end of October, and it kind of, this is basically, we came to Asia And so we've kind of been calling this Asia Part 2. This is the second half of what that Asian tour was.
Right.
So we're not revisiting the same cities. We're not going back to Shanghai. We didn't go back to Thailand. We're trying to do new places. We did Mumbai. You know, I think the only city we returned to was Singapore. So this is the last of, for me and personally and us, like 2 years or a year of this concert, this set list. This is it tonight. So
Right.
I think what people will see is a bunch of guys like crushing it because this will be the last time we do. Some of these songs we may not perform again.
Yeah, you're gonna go ham tonight.
We're gonna go ham. We're gonna go
Yeah.
hard. It's gonna be lit AF.
Tears.
Everybody's gonna get. China's gonna get woke.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, you just performed in Beijing for the Grammy Music Festival. You
Yeah.
were the headliners.
Yeah.
It's actually the first time that Grammy is doing a music festival Beijing stop.
Yeah.
And you know, we've seen the videos, we've seen those fans singing along with you guys, a lot of passionate fans. What was the reaction like?
I think that was the best Chinese crowd that we've had thus
Right,
far. It was
right.
the best. It was the most vocal. We've had a lot of great concerts in China, but Beijing. I was talking to Pharrell after the show. We have the same manager as Pharrell, so I was talking to Pharrell after the show. Right before he went on, he was asking me. He was like really wanted to know what the crowd was like, and I just said, this. We've been coming to China for maybe 7 years. Off and on, and this is the best crowd that we've had in China. So something about being at a festival and not being indoors. I mean, tonight will be great, but when you're outdoors, I feel like that is a new experience here in Beijing. And I think it brings out something different. And it was like a beautiful night, actually. The weather was great. I mean, it was just kind of, everything was working.
Great. The fans, they were giving you a lot of energy, I suppose, yeah? Did
Yes.
they like ignite anything inside of you or
Um,
sparked you to feel really good after the show?
I feel like you almost consistently, like you put on a slightly better show for a festival crowd.
yeah, you do.
And I don't know, like you could probably chalk it up to a bunch of different factors, but for us, you know, it made us really miss playing festivals. And
Yeah. You have to bring your best at a festival because it's the only time during a year where, look, Phoenix is one of our favorite bands of all time.
Right.
We work with producers in Paris because they produced Phoenix.
Yes.
Pharrell is one of the greatest producers and artists, of our generation. So when you know that you're surrounded on all sides by these incredibly talented artists, which is what happens at festivals, it taps into like the reserve fuel of, or it should at least. I don't know that it does that for everybody. There's a lot of bands that pretty much only play festivals.
Right.
That's it. They don't
Yeah.
really tour. They get a lot of money to do a lot of festivals, and that's what they do. We might do 4 or 5 a year, 5 festivals, which is not a lot really.
Right.
And so for us, whatever the festival is, it's more exciting than a normal concert. It's always more exciting to me to do a festival than a normal concert, personally.
Cool. How many days did you spend in Beijing?
2.
2 days. I'm just going to quickly talk to your fans about what we were saying. 刚才是问到他们关于中国巡演这件事情，他们是第2次来到深圳做巡演，然后我问他们对深圳有什么样的印象，他们就说呢是这些建筑都非常的美他们没想到是20年前才开始去建设这个城市，那么多年后原来也有那么多人住在这里，他们认为呢深圳是中国最美的一个城市。刚才呢也说到他们去中国。他们是这个格莱美音乐节的阵容他们是觉得户外音乐节会为他们带来一个是可以激发他们内心更想为大家演出的一种那个情绪跟状态而且呢，他们又是四周围有 Pharrell 有美国包括法国最有名的乐队跟艺术家一起去表演，他们觉得也玩得很嗨。 刚才也提到了什么啊？今天晚上有什么的惊喜可以为我们带来呢？其实他们整个亚洲巡演今天晚上是最后一站了，他们即将要回美国，又要写音乐呀，然后可能也会做一些小一点的演出，但大部分时间会进他们的录音棚去制作音乐。然后2019年我们非常期待他们的新专辑。那我继续再问一下他们在北京有没有吃到什么比较特别的东西。So I really wanted to ask you guys if you had time to eat any interesting, weird, or delicious foods in Beijing.
Oh yeah.
Well, last night was good.
Well, yeah. I mean, Din Tai Fung is always good. But,
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Dumplings.
Yeah. We did Din Tai Fung last night for like 30 of us. We had our whole crew out with us. We have been eating our way across Asia. Beijing, I'm trying to think this last trip, or 2 days ago. Sorry, I'm having to like literally think about the different cities we've been in.
Right.
We had a combination of, what do you call it, Beijingese? What do you call it?
Yeah.
Beijingese?
Beijingese.
Beijingese.
Pekingese, yeah.
Beijingese? It just made me think of something else. We had a combination of like local Beijing cuisine, and then we discovered we'd been eating Chinese food and just Southeast Asian food for 2 weeks straight.
Right.
And then we started in India. So like
that we were eating like Indian food.
Our palates, like, I live in LA, we live in the U.S.
Right.
and we do not eat spicy food on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Or salty food on a daily basis. So like all of us, like about 7 or 8 days into this tour are just like he got heartburn for the first time in his life. Ever. And we're all just like taking like,
it's been a really
like Tums.
blessed
We're just
life.
eating Tums like candy because like Asian food's my favorite food. My favorite food is Asian foods, like by far. So I was eating at breakfast, lunch, and dinner and not eating anything American, not eating anything English. And then we got to Beijing and I was just like, I'm going to have fire come out of my mouth because I've eaten so much spicy food. So then we found this Italian restaurant, Opera Bombana.
Oh, so great. It's in the
One
Park
of the
View.
best meals we've ever had.
Yes.
Like some of the best Italian food.
I mean,
probably.
The chef's Italian. We talked to the chef for a while. I went twice to Opera Bombana. It was I like Italian food, but like for me to go 2 times in a row is pretty crazy.
It says a lot.
Well, I think it's interesting that Beijing, such as my uncle lived there. My aunt and uncle and all my cousins lived in Beijing for about 5 or 6 years, and they would rave about the local food all the time. But when they lived in Beijing, they didn't have all the international huge like chefs coming in.
Yes.
And so I was saying it's crazy that we always get asked where's the best food, and now I have to say that like maybe the best Italian food I've ever had is in Beijing,
Is in Beijing.
which is so bizarre for my
Absurd.
brain. Yeah, it's absurd. Yeah.